Today we go over exciting news of Star Wars Episode 9 when it comes to director JJ Abrams and the whole entire concept of Prequel Trilogy continuity. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, these past couple of weeks we've been learning a whole lot more about the final film of the Skywalker saga that is currently being filmed over in the UK, and yes, over at the Scottish Highlands. Now, after that, they're going to film over in Jordan, Italy, Sicily, and more, which we'll get into a little bit later. But looking at everything here, we have been learning a whole lot more about Episode 9 and the significance of Prequel Trilogy continuity. And this is actually something very exciting to go over for Episode 9, is that the Prequel Trilogy continuity will be significant and important to the overall plot for Episode 9. As of now, the important continuity is unknown. It could be a place, person, or thing from the Prequel Trilogy era that will tie all the films together. Now, I don't know about you guys, but something tells me it has to do with a specific place, a planet to be exact, that we are all already familiar with from Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I'm looking at Naboo and Mustafar, specifically because they aim to shoot over in Italy, the same exact location that they used for the planet of Naboo, the lakeside to be exact. And Mustafar, they actually aim to shoot all the way over in Mount Etna, where a lot of the lava is always spewing. It's an active volcano that they use for the planet of Mustafar in some of the shots for Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. So I think that we could very well be heading over to either of those planets, and those could actually serve as a significant part of the plot. And there's two reasons why. For Naboo, it could very well be that maybe Leia visits her grandmother, or should I say her mother's grave, Padme Amidala, and maybe she just visits there, and they could do some, techniques with Leia's footage from both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. They could rotoscope her and put her in a totally different environment, because we do know that they are going to do that in Episode 9. That is one technique that they are going to use from the older footage of Leia, is by taking her out of certain scenes from The Force Awakens and Jedi and implanting her into new environments for Episode 9. The other thing is that maybe, alright, we're going to Naboo because maybe at some point in the movie we do witness the fate of Leia, and that's where her final resting place will be. As far as Mustafar goes, it could very well be that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren travel there because Kylo Ren wants to learn more about his grandfather, Darth Vader, and he could very well learn a whole lot more about Sith lore for all we know. As far as characters go, it could very well be the Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost, or even the Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Ghost. We heard about all these different concept art descriptions these past couple of weeks, one of which involving a hybrid Anakin Skywalker Force Ghost that switches between both Vader and Anakin. Whether or not that's a vision in front of Kylo or a legitimate Force Ghost is a big question open on the table for sure. As far as a thing goes, though, it could be a certain weapon or a type of ship, perhaps from the prequels or even Jedi lore, that'll be inserted into Episode 9 that has connections to the Prequel Trilogy era. So looking at Star Wars Episode 9, I think that this is the biggest thing that I, myself, am personally looking forward to, is exactly how will JJ tie this thing up to not only the Prequel Trilogy films, but also the original trilogy movies alike. The other thing that I really want to learn more about is exactly what is Kylo Ren's endgame, and exactly what will Kylo Ren do with the entire concept of the First Order, and will he abandon it or will he embrace it for himself? And with Luke Skywalker as a Force Ghost, what's going to go on there between himself and his nephew? I think that's definitely open for a big discussion for sure. But as far as this Prequel Trilogy content goes, guys, I think that this is by far the most I think it's really the most, interesting thing for Episode 9, because if they are to tie it in successfully and do it right, I think that this could potentially be the best Star Wars movie out of the entire sequel trilogy if they get it right. I think that JJ has a lot on his shoulders. He's got to get it perfect in order to satisfy a lot of fans out there. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.